We are 5 seconds away from getting that jobs report, and as we're keeping close eye on the futures, they are positive going into it. Let's take a look at the numbers that are crossing now. We've got 206,000 jobs that were added versus the 190,000 jobs expected. So that better than expected here. The unemployment rate ticks higher to 4.1%. Average hourly earnings month over month came in at 0.3%. And you also saw the year over year figure for average hourly earnings move to 3.9%, ultimately unchanged from what we had seen prior. As of right now, taking a look at the futures, we're seeing much of the same that we were just seeing a moment ago, where much of the futures activity is still leaning positive at this juncture. So we'll see exactly what this does to the CME FedWatch probability as well.
Speaking of government jobs up 70,000. Really want to highlight one thing here real quick before we get to our Jared Blickery on markets. Downward revisions to April by 57,000, downward revision to May by 54,000, and you have to think, what does this mean in the context of inflation? Initially, this report may suggest perhaps we are back on the table for that September rate cut. But let's get over to Jared, who's watching some of these early market moves. Very interesting report here, Jared.
Yeah, I'm looking at the 2-year Treasury note futures, and so these move inversely to yield, and what we're seeing is a spike higher here on the report. So that means yields are dropping. Not too many worries about that higher for longer. That was a 2-year. These are 10-year note futures, up 30 basis points, so similar boat there. And let's see what's going on in the stock futures. You can see S&P futures have rallied to their prior overnight high, which happened about the European Open, but we're only talking about 13 basis points. This is not a big move by any stretch. And in fact, we usually see a little bit of a fake out on these days, so we might end up going the opposite direction once the market actually opens. Here are Dow futures. You can see similar chart, but didn't quite make it up to their prior high here. And then let's check out what's going on with gold. We can see a little bit of a jump higher, maybe some concerns about inflation. Didn't really see too hot a wage growth number, but that's one factor that happens, or that's one of the things we see sometimes when we see gold futures heading higher here. And then here are copper futures, basically unchanged. Do want to check out what's going on with Bitcoin, because sometimes that does have a little bit of a delayed reaction. Not seeing any fireworks just yet, but we'll keep an eye on that. And then we got to check out what's going on in the sector action in stocks. And the background color is what happened on Friday, but you can see XLY there. That is the #1 pre-market gainer, up about 41 basis points, or 0.4%, after closing up 0.6% on Friday. So we got kind of a mixed board. Energy trading to the downside, so is utilities, but not by a large margin. And then some of the other gainers I should note: real estate, staples, and financials. Tech just a little bit in the green there, guys.